Day everyone. So today, we're going to tackle about the assessment tools in art. But before that, allow me to introduce myself first. I am Maria Jessa Correlia from Group 5. So, what is assessment tools in art? Assessment tools in art are ways the teacher measure how well students learn, create, and express themselves through their artworks. Unlike traditional tests, art assessment focuses more on creativity, effort, and personal growth. So first is rubrics, a scoring guide listing criteria such as creativity, technique, effort, and neatness. A rubric is like a guide that shows exactly what the teachers are looking for in a project. It lists specific criteria such as creativity, kung creative ba nimo pagkabuhat, technique, kung unsa ang mga technique ang imong gigamit, then effort and neatness. And also, it describes what excellent, good, or poor performance looks like for each. So, rubrics help both teachers and students understand expectations and see where they can improve. So next is checklist. Simple yes or no list to check completion of tasks. So checklists are simple tools used to mark whether certain tasks or steps were completed. So for example, ang teacher kay nagpadaog materials para sa inyuhang artwork. So, for example, nagpada siya og pencil or color. So, kung unsa ang imuhang gida, so iya ra pud to checkan dito nga maora na ang imuhang gida. So, next is portfolios. Collection of artworks showing growth over time. So, portfolios, it shows progress, improvement, and the development of skills and ideas. Teachers use portfolios to assess how a student grows as an artist from early works to more advanced pieces. So, ari sa portfolio, ari makita if na by improvement sa imuhang gihimo. Katong sa pinakauna ninyo nga gibuhat hantod karon ug sa sunod pa nga inyohang buhaton. So ara makita if naabay improvement. So next is journal or reflection logs. Written reflection about the art making process. So these written entries where students reflect on their art making process. They can write about what inspired them, what challenges they faced, and what they learned. Journal helps students think deeply about their creative process and give teachers insight into their artistic thinking. So next is observation. Teachers' notes on behavior, participation, and problem solving during activities. So, teachers also assess students through observation by watching how they participate and solve problems during class activities. So, diri sa observation, diri makita sa teacher not only ang imuhang final artwork, but also ang imuhang effort paghimo ana. So, the last is performance tasks. Activities where students demonstrate skills, group murals, or poster making. So these are hands-on activities where students demonstrate their skills in real time, like painting a mural, creating a poster, or sculpting. Performance tasks allow teachers to see how students apply their knowledge and technique to create meaningful works of art. So the next topic is about the criteria for evaluating artwork. When teachers evaluate a finished artwork, they often use a set of criteria to make sure the judgment is fair and balanced. These criteria focus on both the artistic process and the final outcome. So first is creativity and originality, uniqueness of idea and expression. This looks at how unique and imaginative the student's idea is. Original artworks shows the student's own thinking rather than simply copying others. It reflects personal expression and inventiveness. So, art is not just about how you do it, but how you inspire others through your creativity and passion. So, next is composition and design. Use of space, balance, and elements of art. This focuses on how the elements of art, the line, shape, color, texture, and space are arranged. A good composition is balanced, well-planned, and visually pleasing. It shows how well the students understands design principles. So, the third is technical skills. Handling of tools, materials, and techniques. So, this refers to how well the students uses tools, materials, and techniques. It could mean how smoothly they paint, how they blend colors, or how they construct a sculpture. It shows the students' craftsmanship and attention to details. So the fourth is effort and participation. Level of engagement and perseverance. Effort measures how much time and energy the students put into their work. Even if the artwork is not perfect, showing perseverance, focus, and enthusiasm is highly valued in art. So art is not just about how you do it perfectly, but how you pour your soul into every details. So next is neatness and presentation. Overall appearances of the artwork. This criterion looks at how clean, organized, and carefully finished the artwork is. Neatness reflects respect for the art materials and pride in one's work, while good presentation enhances the artwork's impact. So the last is interpretation and message. How well the artwork communicates an idea or feeling. This focuses on how well the artwork communicates an idea, emotion, or story. It shows whether the viewer can understand what the artist wanted to express. Strong artworks connect with the audience and make them think or feel something. So, assessment in art is not just about judging who can draw the best. It's about seeing how students think, create, and grow as artists. Tools like rubrics, portfolios, and journals helps teachers understand both the process and the product, while the evaluation criteria ensure fairness and appreciation of each student's creativity and effort. So that's all.
Good day, everyone. I am Almi M. Danyosa, and today I am going to report the two topics, which is challenges in art assessment and the strategies to improve the art assessment. First, I will discuss the challenges in art assessment. The challenges in art assessment, there are four, which is subjectivity in judging creativity. Kini mao niyang means that art assessment can depend too much on personal opinions or preference of the teachers or evaluator, because creativity kuno is hard to measure objectively. What one person makes grading inconsistent or unfair if clear criteria are not used. Teachers may unintentionally favor certain styles, techniques, or ideas over others. So, ang ikaduha, differences in students' artistic abilities. So, kini means that students kuno kay naay managlahi nga skills, experience, or talent in art, which can make assessment difficult and sometimes unfair, because like ang estudyante maayo sa kanang butang o naapoy estudyante nga dili kaayo maayo sa kanang butanga. So, mao na siya ang ikaduha. And then, ang ikatulo, limited time and materials for detailed evaluation means that teachers often don't have enough time, resources, or art supplies to carefully check and give feedback on every student artwork, because art assessment requires looking closely each piece, understanding process, and giving meaningful feedback. It can be difficult to do when classes are large or materials are lacking. So, kanang why enough na kanang materials and time. And then last is the pressure to assign numerical grades instead of qualitative feedback. So means that teachers kuno kay more on scoring gani kaysa maghatag og anang feedback nga, which is maayo gid unta ang anang feedback nga kanang kuan kaysa grades. Mao to siya ang challenges in art assessment. And now we go on to the strategies to improve the art assessment. Strategies to improve art assessment, there are 5. First is use clear rubrics shared with students before activities. No, masabtan ra magyud siya no nga dapat usa ta mo hatag og activity, dapat ato sa ihatag ang klaro ato sa ihatag ang clear rubrics, no, para masabtan sila kung unsa ilang buhaton o masabtan nila kung unsa ila angay buhaton para mamit atong naa sa rubrics, no, mana siya. Ang ikaduha, emphasize individual progress, not comparison with others. No, means that teachers should focus on how each students have improved in their own artistic skills rather than comparing their work to their other classmates, no. And then ang ikatulo, combine self-peer and teacher assessment, means that art evaluation should include 3 perspectives: the students' own reflections or the self-assessment, feedback from classmates per assessment, and the teacher's evaluations, teacher's assessment. Kini makatabang ni sa estudyante nga ma-aware ang ilang strengths o ma-improve po sila kay tungod sa ma-improve ang ilang maka-improve o maka-learn sila, no. And then ang ikaapat, give verbal feedback that is constructive and encouraging. So means the teacher should talk to the students about their artwork in positive and help way, focusing on how they can improve, while also i-recognize pod nila ang what they did well, no. This kind of feedback builds confidence, encourage creativity, and helps students to learn from their mistake without feeling discouraged. And then the last is maintain portfolios to track long-term development, no. kanang masabtan namin siya no, means that students and teachers should collect and keep some samples of the students' artwork over time, such as drawing, kay kini. Ang portfolio serve as a record of student skills, creativity and improvement, kay at the end of the year, ana sila makita kung na-improve ba sila or unsang ilang nakuan kaniadto no. So that's all. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. So I am Jamaica Piraga, and today I'll be tackling about the rules of the teachers in assessment in art. So first we have is facilitator, observer, and evaluator. So this means that teacher guides students in their artistic journey by providing directions and encouragement while allowing them to explore their own ideas. So as an observer, the teacher watch how students use materials and express creativity. So as an evaluator, they assess not only final outwork, but also the effort, process, and creativity shown. So, for example, we have the classroom instruction. So, observe the object carefully and try to express what you see in your own style. So don't worry about the perfection. Focus on how you feel about it. So next we have is provide guidance and feedback. So this means that the teacher supports students by offering construction feedback or to give help them to improve their skills. So instead of focusing their mistakes, they highlight what went well and how students can do better next time. So, for example, in classroom instruction, you did well in choosing bright colors. Next time, try to blend them slowly to make your painting smoother. So you encourage the students to participate and to do better next time. So third, we have encourage creativity. So the teacher motivates students to think outside the box and express themselves freely. They also emphasize that there is no single correct answer in art and that every art is unique. So for example, also we have the classroom instruction. By use your imagination, create something that shows your feelings or experience. So there's no wrong way to make art. So through these rules, the teacher creates a positive and supportive environment that where students can confidently explore, express, and grow as an artist. In conclusion to all the topic, assessment in art helps teachers see how students learn and grow in their creative skills. It is not just about giving grades, but about understanding how students express their ideas, feelings through art. So, fair and kind assessment helps students do their best and enjoy the learning process. When teachers give feedback and supports students become more confident and proud of their work. So assessment in art should inspire students to keep creating and believing in their talent. It is a way to celebrate learning, creativity, and self-expression as well. As Albert Einstein once said, creativity is intelligence having fun. So this reminds us that assessing art should always honor creativity and enjoy the learning process. Thank you for listening today. I hope you have learned something valuable about the importance of assessment in art. May we all remember that assessment is not just about giving grades, but about guiding students to grow, create, and express themselves freely. As a future educator, let us continue to appreciate every learner's effort and creativity because in art, every child is an artist.